45.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Q&A Wednesday Live with me, Lee, and
myself, Dan.
Hopefully, we've got the setup a bit better this time.
We have made a few changes, haven't we?
We have. We've spent some money. We've got the setup different. We're now not recording on this laptop. We have got our proper camera with a proper lead. We've got a microphone. We're hardwired in via the Ethernet, so hopefully we won't get any Wi-Fi problems, and it's all going to be good to go.
And the eagle-eyed among you might have noticed in the top corner it says powered by StreamYard. So We're using a slightly different software as well that's been recommended. It'll hopefully give a slightly better sort of setup, and it hopefully will work a bit better because we watched it back last week and it was
terrible. Thank you very much for staying with us. If you were watching last week, it was grainy. It did look like it was being filmed on a potato, but that's what it is, I guess. We're still very much learning, but thank you very much for joining us. Hopefully this week we'll have a proper thumbnail. We've got the microphone. So if you're listening or watching right now, give us a thumbs up or a like. Leave a question straight away. We're here to answer your questions about van conversions. But if we're coming across loud and clear and you can see us clearly, do let us know. And then, we can get straight onto answering questions.
Absolutely. In the meantime, I guess we can talk about ourselves, is what we do best.
Gosh, it's Wednesday, and every time we go live, Dan and I, on podcast or YouTube or anything else, there is always something to talk about. And This week we have properly started Dan's van.
Yes, we have. And that is the reason that I do apologise if I look a little bit grubby and got some marks all over my hoodie, but we have started stripping it back for our painting that we're going to be doing over the next couple of days with U-Pole Raptor. So all very excited about that. We've made a few discoveries, haven't we? But it's not that bad for the age of the vehicle. We've been quite pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, for what's the registration?
2003.
2003 T4. There is very, very minimal rot. You're very fortunate. Yeah. We bought a very good van, or Dan bought a very good van, 2 years ago now, from our friend Ben.
Up to 3, I think.
And it's really quite nice. Really good van, actually.
I haven't really ever got to the point where I've taken it apart as much as I have, and we've been pleasantly surprised. And the work that does need doing is quite minimal, and the Raptor is going to cover and protect it.
So there's no real dents, no real body damage, no real rot. So it's going to be a case of prepping it, painting it, and we're going to bring it all to you guys. So we really look forward to doing that. But in the meantime, we have our first question from Ewan Dunbar. Thank you very much for your question, Ewan. First of the day. Go for it, Dan.
Someone from last week as well. I recognise the name. So the question is, can you put plywood directly onto the Dodo Mat Superliner for a uniform finish, or do I need to leave a gap between?
So I'm guessing this is on the floor. I'm going to expand on that. So I'm going to expand on that in that you're saying, am I going to put the Dodo Mat Superliner on the floor? Oh, hang on. Cut plywood directly onto the Dodo Mat Superliner for uniform finish, or do I need to leave it? Is that on the floor, Ewan? If it is on the floor and you've got the ridges in the floor, actually you can do it. We'd use Dodo Mat Duo on the floor because it's got the sound deadening and the cushion all in one. And yes, you can lay it on the floor over the ridges and in the ridges as well. And once you've screwed that down, if you choose to screw it down, then you can get uniform finish. We've used that method plenty of times. We've also used the method with putting battens or infills in between the gaps and then screwing the wood down on those infills, filling the gaps in between the wood with all sorts of different sound deadener and insulation materials, and it's come out very, very well. So that is a very good question.
It'll be interesting to find out where he's talking about on the van, because on the sides, what we normally do is we put the liner, the insulating liner, on the recessed area, so it can actually go onto the parts that you
won't go onto the inner metal framework. No,
you screwed apart into. So if it's that point, in terms of uniform finish, I guess that depends on how you do your carpet lining as well. In terms of how uniform the finish is.
So can you put plywood directly onto the Dodo Mat Superliner for a uniform finish, or do I need to leave a gap in between? So on the floor, definitely you can put it on top. but on the sides, yeah, you'd put that superliner in on the recesses. Crikey, loads of questions and comments all in one. So thank you very much for joining. Ewan, if we need to expand on that question, please do ask. Ben, hi Ben Osborne, he's just commented and said hi all. And the next question is from Andy Board.
And he has said, hi guys, I have a T6 and the sound end in the front of the battery is often soaking wet. Any idea what could be causing this? So I'm guessing this is in the
is it your leisure battery or engine bay? If it is the sound deadening in front of the battery inside the van,
yeah, this could be one of two places. It could be potentially under the driver's seat if I put one under there, or under the engine bay. Because I know in the T6s there's a lot of that sort of foamy fabric under there.
Yeah. So so depending on what type of battery you have, if you have a liquid battery, they can be known to have a fault and vent or even leak the acid. Hopefully what you're not finding is moisture from the battery that is leaked out the side. Now, if you do have a liquid battery, it's in the engine bay, Andy. T6 and the sound deadening in front of the battery is often soaking wet. I'm trying to think what that might be. If it's sound deadening in the panel behind, which is then the access panel, where you'd run the split charge wiring, unless it's the join in between your bonnet and the scuttle panel is maybe not creating a seal, so water from outside is getting in. Maybe send us some pictures in an email. You can email us with some pictures if you like at info@coomvalleycampers.co.uk and we can get back to you.
Anything like a bonnet bra, maybe it's not on there properly. Yeah, potentially.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, look.
Debbie Barr has arrived.
We've had Debbie Barr.
My mum's watching.
Dan's mum.
Hi, Mum.
Wave. Hi, Mum.
I'm proud of me.
And she's left a little smiley face emoji. Yes, if you are watching, please let us know that you are watching. Leave a thumbs up or an emoji or just a hi, just to say you're watching. It's always much appreciated. And if you're not a subscriber to the channel, please make sure you subscribe.
Absolutely, because we've got a lot of projects, videos, new stuff coming over the next couple of months. You won't want to miss it. I'm not going to reveal too much, but there's a lot that we're working on. Yeah,
so we've got Dan's van in the works at the moment. We've got all sorts going on. I'm just checking if this is a question in on my phone.
So yes, we are going to go with our next. We've got Ewan Dunbar has said, can the Dodo Mat Super liner be used on top of Dodo sound deadening for sides and roof and barn doors, or do I need to use the reflective insulation? I see. So the Super liner is what we used to use on the floor before Dead Mat Duo came out, didn't we?
Yes.
It's the non-reflective product. Can it be used on the sides?
So yes, it can.
Yes.
Yeah, Ewan, the Super liner can be used on top of the sound deadening for roof and barn doors, or do I need to use the reflective insulation? No, it's fine. Absolutely. You go ahead. To be honest, any sound deadening and insulation, we say this to a lot of people, any sound deadening and insulation that is over and above what the factory put on the vehicles is better than not having it. So I hope that answers your question. Go for it.
This username is JT Speed with 2 3s as an E.
Super cool.
So very creative. What's the best way / product to remove glue overspray on the canvas of a pop top? The best.
Any solvent-based cleaner. We favour brake cleaner. That's a really good product. And if you're trying to remove glue from any fabric that you're not used to putting a solvent-type cleaner on, as they say in like all good product guidelines, test a small inconspicuous area first to check that it doesn't stain.
Yeah, but that's absolutely key. Isn't it?
But put it onto something like a microfiber cloth or maybe even a offcut of carpet. Put the solvent on the cloth first, then put it onto the glue. Let that solvent absorb into the glue, which will expand and loosen the glue from the surface, and then lightly rub it away. Don't go really hard and trying to rub it off, because the solvent will expand the glue, lift it from that surface, and then you can gently rub it away. So good luck with that.
We got Moke and Madness, who was another viewer from last week. So hello again, and said, hi, video is better. So
Thanks.
changes that we've made.
We've
obviously.
spent some money and time getting this better. So hopefully, yes, the video quality is better. The sound quality is better. We've got a little microphone here. So hopefully the sound's better. And you'll notice we're not recording on the laptop itself. We've got a very nice DSLR camera, and we've got some leads to make it all nice. And we're hardwired into our Ethernet with a Wi-Fi backup. So hopefully it's better. But thank you very much for sticking with us after last week's train wreck.
Yes, it was a little bit of a disaster, but we got through it. The next question or comment is from Michael P. So hi, Michael. Do you have a public list of video ideas you plan on doing for the channel? If not, something like a Trello board could be cool, as viewers can see.
Is that an online pin board? I don't know. I've never heard of Trello board.
Yes.
Expand. Tell us, Michael.
Got plans that they can vote on. It's not something we're thinking of. I mean, we tried it.
I know what this is going. Now, Michael, I like what you're thinking here, and I'm a subscriber to Corridor Digital or Corridor Crew, who are special effects artists based in America, and they've got something different. So they've got something similar, sorry. So they have like a membership page that their members pay monthly, and then on that pay monthly page, Corridor Crew put a list of video ideas up, and then with your subscription payment you get credits, and then you can vote for each video with your credits, and then whichever one's most popular, you make that video. So no, we haven't, but we are very much looking into website membership, so you can view videos ad free. So that's something in the works. I think that's the first time I've publicly said that. Yes.
We did try it at one point, putting on our website a little sort of vote for what you want to see, but I think it was so sort of deep into the website and hidden that no one found it, so we didn't get any votes. So, I mean, it could be something that we could potentially look into. Yeah,
it's something we're looking into.
We've got quite a few plans for videos already. So
yeah, absolutely. Next question from Michael again. I was going to ask about a coolant flush video, but sounds like from last week it's already in the works. Yes, I am currently chasing water leaks on Bob the Docker. And once that's all done and I've run it up and got it up to temperature, made sure there's no more leaks, I will then film a coolant flush and proper bleed video based on Simon Baxter's guidelines from Brickworks.
You run out of buckets yet?
Honestly, that thing was so leaky. I will explain it all on another video another day.
So our next one is from Makenhoff, if I pronounce that right. Makenhoff. Hi guys, I'm new to the Type 25 life. I've done a few Google searches but not found anything. Can you switch synchro clocks into a two-wheel drive like you can in Mark 1 Golfs? That'll be a question for you, sir.
Can you switch synchro clocks into a two-wheel drive? Synchro clocks? Why would the synchro clocks be different? Are you talking about clocks which might have like rev counter in them? Generally, the clocks from one van to another are generally the same, but the higher spec models like Caravels and Westphalias and a lot of American or even European vans would have things like rev counters and things like that, and some extra features, and they might have a digital clock or a temperature gauge. The swap's fairly easy, but you may have to get a new ribbon for the back because it's the ribbons that deteriorate and break. But if you go onto campervanculture.com, they have replacement ribbons for the backs of clocks. So give that a go.
Right. The next one is from Dorset Koi Pond. Can you connect the solar panel control box to a CTEC or go from the solar to control straight to the leisure battery? Okay, so this is going from a solar panel into a CTEC or going from the solar panel into a solar panel controller into the battery. So
you can do both.
Yes.
But don't ever put your solar panel directly to the battery. Never do that, because your solar panel can produce upwards of 19 volts on a hot and sunny day. So please don't go directly into your batteries. You definitely need a form of controller. A CTEC is a very good option for solar controller. In fact, did we do the straight into CTEC? Gosh, I can't quite remember now. It's been a while since I've used a CTEC.
Is good because it does both, doesn't it? It's a controller and split charger.
If I remember rightly, gosh, you're testing me now because it's been a minute since I fitted one. So I think the controller. I like to use the controllers, either the MPPT or the other version, or even if you're going through a Victron controller, because some of the nicer controllers, some of the more modern controllers and intelligent controllers, you can actually link up to an app on your Bluetooth, and you actually can do a live view of your incoming and outgoing current and usage, things like that.
Yeah, but check the spec of whatever product you buy just to make sure it is what you think it is.
Right. Next question. Sorry, I hope that helped. That question was from Dorset Koi Pond. So I hope that helps, dude. Just before you answer the next question, please let us know where you're watching, how you're watching, be it a phone, a laptop, a tablet, whatever it may be, and let us know what the quality is like. If we're a better quality today, especially everything's got to be better than last time. That was pretty bad. But yeah, give us a thumbs up, a like, let us know. That'd be great. Thank you. So next question. Hi from stormy Cape Town, South Africa. Hello, Martin de Groot. Thank you. Sorry, I got distracted then. From a stormy Cape Town, South Africa, have you any good ideas for an alternative water heating system, such as copper coils around exhaust or heat exchangers coupled to the heater circuit? Thanks. There is probably about a dozen different water systems that you can use. Yeah. We have just received one from Australia, a water heating system. That's a 240 volt or 12 volt system. There is what's the tank that we put in the other one? Gosh, my brain's a mush. There is a hot water tank that you can put in your van. Oh my gosh, it's the name. It's a very odd name. The beginnings with a C or a D. Basically, it's a hot water tank that you can link into your cooling system from your engine. Sorry, the wonderful Issy has just brought us some drinks because it's quite warm in here. Thank you very much, Issy.
You want squash or water?
Either. That's fine.
You're in a plain water then.
Thank you very much. Calorifier. That's the word I was looking for. So it's a calorifier tank, and you can actually link that up to your hot water system, or the cooling system, in your vehicle, the engine cooling system. That will then heat up the tank of water inside that, what looks like an immersion tank that you get in your house. But also it has a 240 volt heating element inside. So when you're on site and you're plugged in, you can heat the water up. That's the calorifier. But then you've got diesel heaters, you've got gas heaters, you've got all sorts of things, haven't you? Yeah, the one that arrived yesterday, we haven't really had too much of a look at. Bear with us 1 second. I'm going to go and just see if I can see the name. Go and find the box. Yeah. I will be back. I've got to now entertain the masses whilst he goes away. So I'm going to move on to another one. Motivate is back from last week, so hello to them. And have we got, can you recommend a decent Wi-Fi setup from Urban Arc Overland? My antenna seems to be letting me down. It's not something we actually do too much of, Wi-Fi setups in the vans that we've done before. We usually would look at your mobile phone is normally a good place to start, but I know that signal is quite sort of varied when you're sort of going off grid. I'm going to pass that one over. I'll keep passing it to you. I found the name. It's called Duetto. Duetto. Yeah, and it's like an RV/motorhome water heater. Can we put that in the center? Yep. RV motorhome water heater, but it can be used in smaller van conversions like VWs and things. Wi-Fi setup. We've just had that one from Urban Arc Overland. Is that something that? It's an interesting one. It's not something. My antenna seems to be letting me down. I'm going to pass that on to our friends over at. Oh, it's Gary and Tina. What's their YouTube channel? Just Escape. Yes. They travelled all around the world with a really good Wi-Fi setup. So go and have a look at Just Escape. Get in touch with the guys over there. If not, email us and we can put you in touch with them for a better Wi-Fi setup. That's not something I am very experienced in. So I'll hand over to somebody who is. Dish systems. That's Gary and Tina. Yeah, absolutely. Satellite almost. But thanks for your question and nice to see you, dude. You run up the stairs by any chance? Oh, I ran down the stairs and up the stairs. Gosh, yeah, absolutely. Cool. We've got some comments, man. Thank you so much. Look at this. Right. Whoa. Now it's frozen. Dun, dun, dun. Right. I'm asking my laptop to do too much. There we go. Mocha Madness. You said last week you're doing something with van furniture. Will you be supplying their wooden flooring? Not immediately. But we're working together with lots of companies to provide you lot with way more products all in one place. Yes. Yep. We're working very hard on that in the wings. But there's only 3 of us, so there's only so much we can do. Yeah. But yes, it's coming. We're going to be working with them to hopefully start
on some interiors, and we're working with them more to provide the content on the fitting as our main sort of collaboration with them, because they've got a lot of new products. They've got a lot of great products as well.
Yeah.
And one thing that they've said they haven't got too much of, they've got lots of photos, lots of good handy guides, but they haven't got too many videos. That's where we're going to come along, and we're going to work together with them on that.
Cool. Super. So Mac and Hoth is back with a reply to our response, which is the rev count for the rev counter. Depending on engine setup and the wiring loom, yes, you can retrofit a rev counter. I don't have a how-to in me right now, but there's different options where you can put a rev counter into your engine. In fact, in some wiring looms, the multi-pin plug on the back of or within the van will plug into your wiring loom on the back of your rev counter speedo, and if the wiring's set up right, it will actually work straight away. But in some cases, you might need to retrofit some wiring to get them to work. But to answer your question, yes, it can be done. Ewan Dunbar again, right, with his carpeting and his sound deadening. Can carpet be put straight on top of Dodo mat? Super liner for sides and roof. Better quality this week, guys. Thank you, Ewan. Yes, it can be put straight on top of Dodo mat. On the sides of vans, we would always recommend you put your carpet either on the metalwork or on the side of vans. However, in some fiberglass high tops, where you want to have as much room as possible, and you also want a surface that's kind to your head if you're banging your head in a high top, carpeting directly on top of Dodo mat is adequate. We've done it a couple of times before.
Yeah, if you do the Dodo mat fairly neatly, you'd never notice there as well.
No, yeah, absolutely.
Quite good.
Yeah, so it's softer to touch, which is great. But thanks for your question again. Ford Transit custom camper conversion from last week.
Yes.
Hello, dude. Thank you very much for commenting again this week. Hi again, guys. Just a quick thanks. First of all, as you have inspired me to do my own conversion. Awesome. Well, that's the aim of all of this. The videos on the channel and the product suggestions have been amazing. Well, we only seek the best products to recommend them to you. And you don't have to do everything we say, obviously.
No.
A lot of people don't.
But it helps.
But it does help, yeah. But yeah, we've been doing this long enough and we've worked on enough vans to know which products are good enough to recommend to you.
Absolutely.
Okay, JT Speed again.
Oh, I jumped a bit. Oh, this is a good one. Interesting one. So the question is, if you fit your ply floor and it develops a creak after you've fitted your furniture and outro, is there anything you can do, or does everything need removing?
You can, depending on how long the outro floor has been down, it is possible to lift the outro flooring and maybe apply another couple of screws. But there is a potential everything may need to be removed. Yes, I'm afraid. Depending on how bad the creak is and how much it annoys you, I guess. It's why we're seeking out a decent one-piece floor, so that doesn't happen.
Yeah, I think that's the problem with it is you've got to, if you put the outro down for a while and it's to the point where you're going to tear it and rip it by trying to pull it off to that sort of magnitude, then it's cost versus exercise. And as you said, how much it annoys you, and if it does it when you're just parked up and walking over it, or if it's when you're constantly driving along, then I think that would wind me up enough to remove some stuff.
So next one is, whoops, I've just moved it down. This is the question now from Ford Transit Custom Camper Conversion. The question now, are there any rear threshold covers for the Ford Transit Custom? Seen them for VW Transporter, only standard manufacturer one to Ford, which is a bit rubbish. Yes, we've done a couple of Transit Custom conversions, haven't we?
Yep.
And the only place you can get a rear threshold cover, or the only people who do a rear threshold cover, you're right, is Ford, if I remember rightly.
Yeah, I think, did we find it via eBay, but it came from Ford anyway?
Yeah, so it's only the Ford part. We've got the part number for it somewhere in the office. But what that means is, because that rear threshold cover is designed for either a Caravelle or a higher spec Transit people carrier, the actual depth between the top of the threshold and the floor is like 18 to 30 mil.
Yeah,
it's quite a deep step. We had to pack it out with flooring and insulation, didn't we, to make that threshold
I think
match.
when we did it on, it was the combi van version that we did. So we raised the floor anyway, didn't we?
We had to raise the floor anyway to match the seat brackets, because the seat brackets are thick boys, aren't they? So we had to raise the floor anyway. So I don't think anyone's doing a decent aftermarket rear threshold, I'm afraid. The next question or comment is Ben Osborne. He says, looking forward to Camels and Coffee. Same here. We've been doing more and more planning today. And there's not a lot left, is there is? No, we're doing quite well.
we're getting the merch is getting developed nicely. We've got some merchandise made for the event.
We've had some t-shirts made, but whether they're going to be ready for the next one is doubtful, because it's not a long time. But
yeah, but we've definitely got some caps and some more of the very popular
and some stickers and mugs. Yes,
yes,
absolutely, and bottles. Oh, that reminds me, we need to send a logo to the people who do our bottles. So
bit of admin
whilst we're live. Why not? Oh, I think
camera has turned off.
Press the shutter button to activate movie shooting. Whoopsie.
All right, we're back in.
Oh gosh. No, go and press the screen button, the one on the back. Oh gosh, here we go.
Oh,
yay! There we go. We are learning. So the shutter turns off after half an hour.
26 minutes. Apparently.
26 minutes. The shutter. No, I reckon that's half hour, because we turned the camera on 4 minutes before we went live.
Yeah.
So after every 30 minutes, the shutter turns off. There you go. That's something new to us. Next question, though. Urban Arc Overland. Do you ever get time to watch YouTube, and will you be tuning in 7:30 tonight? I watch YouTube exclusively. I don't really watch any TV. I watch movies, but generally TV, apart from a bit of Wimbledon at the moment. I didn't watch the football last night. I listened to it on the radio because I was at work. I was at work till about 10:30 last night, so I just listened to the game on the football, the game on the radio. But
just watch your own videos over and over again. Don't you? That's what you do.
I think you watch these videos more than I do. What's going on at 7:30 tonight? Tell me.
Urban Arc Overland does have his own YouTube channel. So
yes, he does.
Maybe he's launching something tonight at 7:30.
Let us know. So if you aren't aware, Urban Arc Overland, who is one of our subscribers and a Patreon, I can't quite remember, yes. He does have his own YouTube channel. So go and subscribe now. That link's for free. Motivate. Guys, I just took down my partition. Yeah, so the question is from Motivate. Guys, I just took down my partition wall / bulkhead in my T6 and noticed the factory ceiling wall is a bit deformed. Is there a fix for this?
It comes out too short, doesn't it, I believe?
No, I think... Are you talking about the...
bulkhead removal?
The cab headliner that then meets the bulkhead? Or the factory ceiling from the bulkhead to the tailgate? Let us know. If the headliner, the factory headliners and T6s aren't brilliant, I would suggest you potentially remake one, unless you want to keep the factory headliner, I'm afraid. But let us know a bit further details. Martin de Groot, back again. Thanks, guys. I was thinking more down the MacGyver DIY type solutions. I have junkers, gas heater as it is. Narrowboats use calorifiers. Yes, I like that solution. Heat for free is the winner. DIY type solutions, I think you would probably have to start looking at things like Pinterest for your DIY solutions for van builds and things like that. Because of the nature of what we do, we love doing those sort of MacGyver make your own stuff. But when I'm recommending products, we have to go with high quality recommended stuff and the things that we would fit into your vehicle. So yeah, maybe have a look at some of the old Pinterest ideas, I think.
Yeah, there's a few van life blogs as well, isn't there? Where they sort of like the 7 ways to heat your hot water in your vehicle. Yeah. It ranges anywhere from a solar shower on the roof, making a fire, to a £2,000 system and everything in between. So yeah, if you're looking for lots of different options, then yeah, have a bit of research on these blogs as well.
So that's Ali has commented. Hey Ali, thanks for tuning in. Ali's our cinematographer, editor, film guy, good friend. And
we should have had him here last week.
We should have had him here last week because it was crap last week, wasn't it? So, but thank you everybody who stuck with us. Next question is Bear Matthews. Hi Dan and Lee. I've emailed this question ages ago, but still having issues. Would a glass replacement on a T2 panel van be the same size as the one with a factory glass fitted? No. Generally, glass panels that have been cut into a panel van are nowhere near the factory glass. You might be lucky that they might be the same size, but generally it was aftermarket companies who would produce windows out of a different quality glass, different size glass, But you might be lucky. The hole cut in your van might be the same as a factory piece of glass, but doubtful, I'm afraid.
So if it's the same person, I think it is. We sort of then spoke about if it's got an angle on or
flat
bent
or curved
flat
glass.
And then
Yeah.
it becomes even more specialist. So
yeah. So flat glass is harder to fit into a curved van, obviously, but it can be done because we've done it and our video shows you that. But yeah, if you can find a curved piece of glass, again, I think you're just going to have to keep an eye on some of the used parts ads.
Yeah, any breaker vans that look similar. But
yeah,
all
I'm
the
talking
best
about
with that, but there's no one-stop shop that we know that you can.
He's just made another comment. I'm talking about the side rear glass. Yeah, we get it, dudes. Overall glass isn't the same size, I'm afraid. No, sorry about that.
Yeah.
So Harry Davidson, can you put an M1 tested rock and roll bed into a Transporter T4? If so, what extra parts do you need? Now, there's a couple of companies that make M1 tested beds. But the frame itself might be tested in a rig, in a university college situation, which is where they have these test rigs, or in a testing facility. So the frame might be tested, but the vehicle it's being tested in might not be tested. However, all I can suggest is make the biggest metal plates that you can find to go underneath your van to bolt that vehicle, to bolt that seat down to your vehicle. Maybe even get an engineer or a fabricator to make big plates of metal to go around all the cross beams, the support beams in your chassis.
It's all about that.
It can be done.
Area and thickness, isn't it?
But Rusty Leigh sells a fitting kit for a T4, doesn't he?
T5, but there's a T4
well, you've just bought one.
Non-crash test kit though. But yeah, if whoever you're buying the bed from, whether it be Rusty Leigh or elsewhere, just ask them what they recommend as well.
We generally go overkill when it comes to fitting seats anyway. We did a Transit a couple of years ago, and it was combi seats in a Transit, which wasn't originally fitted with combi seats, and we went way overkill.
Yeah,
do you remember?
The same one that we did the floor lip we were talking about earlier, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Cool. So I hope that answers your question. So the extra parts you'll need are the right bolts, shoulder. We used big M10 bolts with nuts with shoulder nuts on them, so the footprint of them is bigger. And
if you're unsure of it and the safety, then find a camper van conversion
or a decent engineers, vehicle coach builders, something like that
to fit it for you.
So Ford Transit Custom, okay, I did get one, took some hacking and it didn't fit well, so I'm probably going to do something custom. What was the Transit Custom camper conversion question again?
That was what we were talking about, the rear plate, the
threshold
covers.
Yeah, threshold covers. Yeah, do something custom, yeah, absolutely. Maybe have a chat with your engineers, they might be able to make a nice sort of brushed aluminium one that would fit really nicely, and maybe if they do, get it replicated and you could sell that. Let us know if you make one as well. But if there's a market for it,
making something custom in is custom.
Yes, absolutely. Urban Arc Overland has come back and said, thanks, guys. Stay safe. Watching on the nursery walk home. Good. He said, new vid on a cool Sprinter product. Yes, early days Patreon and cap model. Yes, you are. You are a cap model for us. I appreciate that. 7:30 p.m. then. Set your watches. Go and watch Urban Arc Overland's video for a new Sprinter product.
That's a potential collaboration as well.
Ooh.
When he's done his van, we have invited him down to do a build bio video on the Sprinter, because the Sprinters aren't really something that we have in too much and feature on the channel too much.
No, we don't do the larger vehicles much.
It'd be great to talk to him about that.
Yeah, super.
Motivate the back ceiling wall. Was this the bulkhead removal? Or
the back
else?
ceiling wall. Yes, so from the back.
Something else as well.
So you can. Oh, hang on. Sorry, what I meant was the ceiling behind the front seats is a little deformed after moving the metal bulkhead. Wondering if I need to replace the ceiling for any slightly longer one. Another option you've got is to slightly dampen or even soak that board. A lot of people who are sympathetically restoring older cars, for example, say they want to keep the original door cards, but they're a bit warped from water damage. They will soak them, then put a big sheet of ply on top of them with loads of weight, like wheels or batteries, and then let them dry naturally over a number of days or weeks, and then they should dry completely flat. So that's an option. You could soak it if you want to keep that panel, wet it down, soak it, put a big piece of ply on it with loads of weight, and then once it dries naturally over a period of time, it should all be nice and straight.
Isn't that how I used to make paper?
Ish. There's lots of different methods. Yeah, I went to a paper factory in Poland once. It's pretty interesting stuff, actually. Ewan again. Can barn doors on a Ford Transit Custom be fully carpeted, or will it affect the rubber door sill? Not if you do it right. So yes, you can carpet them. No, we haven't done a video. Yes, we keep being asked to. We haven't had the right van in to carpet and do a video on them yet. You have to, as a quick rundown, carpet the whole door panel. Yeah, carpet the whole door panel, and then shut the door. Make sure it's dry or indoors, but shut the door with the carpet sort of hanging out. Then the rubber seal against the carpet will leave a depression on that carpet. So it's a telltale sign of where the rubber has compressed that carpet. Then using a very sharp blade, slice just inside of where the rubber seal is. So you will have a neat line from the rubber up until the carpet line. So it will appear that your door is fully carpeted, but it won't interfere with the rubber seal on the door frame.
Yeah, because if you start going past that rubber seal,
you're breaking the seal.
It will, start leaking through. Ford Transit Custom Converter, I am my engineers, so there's a little side project for him.
Brilliant.
Motivate says, nice one. I'll try that. Looks like, Lee, we have got to the bottom of our comment thread. We have
for the time being.
So if there's any new comments.
Brilliant.
We are
in terms of what we're doing, let's have a quick update on that. Like we say, Camels and Coffee is very fast approaching. We've got lots of merch and bits and pieces coming up. If you are coming to Campus and Coffee, we need 2 volunteers. If you're watching and you're coming to Campus and Coffee and you want to help us out for about half the event, about 3 hours, you will get free entry into the show and you will get a free t-shirt and you become a staff member for the day. We need help with parking vans. We're going to have over 100 vans there that day and we need your help. So if you want a free t-shirt and entry into the show, let me know. I will pick. How many do you need? 2?
I think about 2.
I think we need 2 more volunteers. So if you're interested in helping at Campus and Coffee, parking some vehicles for us and being part of the show, please let me know either in the comments or email info@coomvalleycampers.co.uk. That's my public service announcement.
Yeah.
And so we always like having volunteers and we will always make sure you get fed and watered for the day. So yeah, it'll be really good of you to help.
Yeah, no, we're looking forward to that. It's fast approaching, and it should be a good one. Hopefully, the weather will change.
As good as last time.
I mean, we are a little bit sort of going back into sort of winter weather at the moment, but hopefully it will pick back up ready for the event. Because it was a beautiful day last time, wasn't it?
Oh my gosh!
Also, we got to go on the railway the other day, didn't we?
Yes,
that was a fun day out.
So we went back down to B Road Hunting Club the other day just to have a meeting about the next show, see what we can improve, see what things we can do better. And whilst we were there, we took the cameras and we thought we'd get some photos of the railway track. Turns out the volunteers who run the miniature railway were there. And we said, brilliant, is there any chance we can maybe take a photo of a train? And they pulled out 3 trains.
And then let us have a go.
And then they took us around the half-mile circuit.
Yeah,
it's a mile's worth of circuit, which is great.
So we can vouch now and say if you're heading along there, that it's a great little day out. The staff were really nice as well, and they're all volunteers there, and it's their passion, their hobby. So when you're supporting their little business, it's really helping them out. So it's really nice to see.
Yeah, absolutely.
George Ray, sorry I'm late. That's fine. We're
here, and you can watch it back.
Still here for another half an hour or so.
Oh, yes, we are. Yeah. So, 22 minutes. We like to give it about an hour. But if there's a question and we can continue, then we shall. Ewan's back. How can I fix plywood carpet panels without screws and clips in Ford Custom? Could I stick ply straight onto superliner as there is a recess? I would suggest you still use the screws, but you use the hidden screw method.
Which you haven't mentioned in the video yet, have you?
Not really. So
secrets.
I dry fit your panels with screws in convenient places, and then if you want the hidden screws but still have the facility to undo your panels, you can use the hidden screw method, and that is at the point of, say if you've dry fit your panel, you've got all the holes in it, you then come to carpet it. When you've carpeted one side, the side that is on show, poke like a pick tool or something, or a screwdriver, something thin, small, through the hole from the back so it pokes out the carpet at the front where you want your hole to be. But instead of making a hole at that point, cut a V around the pick tool or whatever it is that's protruding through, and pull out that pick tool, lift up the V, that will expose your screw hole. Then do that to the screws all the way around the panel. Then when you put your panel up, you just lift up the little V, screw the screw in, flap down the V. It'll be a completely seamless access point to your screw, but will conceal the screw at the same time.
Yeah. I mean, we are probably going to do that on some of my panels, so we might be able to do a feature on that series where we sort of just go through the process as a visual as well as...
But no, I would not stick ply panels straight onto Superliner.
No. Well, we don't like sticking the ply panels anyway, just because then getting them out. My ply panels in my van before I had them were bonded down. I don't know what with, but something strong, and they're a nightmare to get off. So yeah, if you're then going to make any changes later down the line, if you want to add an extra USB socket into the rear of the van or something like that, you go, right, I've got to route this cable, and all your panels are bonded in, and you're going to have a bit of fun trying to get them off to neatly try and put it back together afterwards.
So I hope that helps. Right. Where are we? George Ray. Sorry, I'm late. Not a problem. We've mentioned George. Next is Mac on Hoth again. Thanks for the dash removal video. I followed. Comments moved. I followed along until I got stopped, but the torque bolts on the steering column. Oh, got stopped by the torque bolts on the steering column. Need to replace the heater motor. I go into how to remove those torque bolts. You can either use a set of mole grips and you clamp the mole grips on really tight around those shear bolts, and then you can undo them. Or you have a Torx bit that you really don't care about, and you kind of smash that Torx bit into the center of that shear bolt, put a ratchet on it, or whichever screwdriver method you have, and then you can unwind them that way.
Create your own path.
Yes, but I prefer the mole
grips
or vice grip version. Thank you, George, for hitting the like button. Anybody else who's watching, send us some love with the like button. Maybe subscribe. Just leave a comment. It does really, really well for us. So, and we hope you enjoy the content. Go.
Wicked. So we have one from Ian Knighton, and he is just popping in to say hi. So hello, Ian. He's going to spend the next month working on his hard top, Type 25. He needs us in the States.
No, what he said is, I need y'all in the States. So sorry if I wrecked your accent there, Ian, but it's not.
I did the English translation.
Not often we get a y'all in the UK. Mocha Madness, 13 weeks till I get my rusty Lee bed. I put my name down for van furniture floor. I am only in Newark and safe and driving. Yes. Lead times on camper van gear is horrendous.
Yes.
And there's no denying it. There's like lead times are huge.
Yeah, I mean, some things are going up, some things are coming down. If anyone's been in contact with us about the curtain set the last few days, they're on a high lead time as well, and we're struggling to get those in. Yeah, some things are just...
Which raw materials as well, prices going up. It's a sucky situation. It really is. So we kind of make no apologies because it wasn't our fault. It was down to COVID and then restrictions of European travel, which meant more people have bought camper vans, which has meant prices and demand has gone up. So even if you want to...
Shipping blockages as well. That's all
stuff. Yeah. Nightmare year. A great year for the industry, but a nightmare year for the customer.
So
it's
all been a little bit crazy.
So if you started your conversion last year or even the year before, you should be enjoying it now. However, if you've waited until lockdown to buy your van and then convert it, you may not get out until January. Sorry.
And then the van furniture is only Newark, the same as driving on. We're driving up there this next Thursday, so not tomorrow, but the week after. We're planning on leaving nice and early to try and avoid all the traffic. To go and collect ours. And we're going to do a very small intro to the team there. And we've also got some projects that we're going to discuss as well for later on. So, yes, it's a collection on that one, but we're looking forward to going up and meeting them.
Oh, we've missed 2 comments. We've just been reliably informed by Issy, who's in the wings, keeping an eye on us. A question from Motivate. Sorry about we missed that. Oh, one more. Since it's not legal to wild camp in the UK, what if you are wild camping and get caught? What are the consequences? I'm no expert on wild camping in the UK, so I'm going to have to leave you to do the research on that one. It's not illegal if you don't get caught, right? No, that's the wrong thing to say. That's the wrong thing to say. No.
There are some workarounds. We've seen a lot of people,
I'm not going to make any comment on this.
Not in terms of not like as in like a loophole.
Because if I get it wrong and someone goes out camping and says, well, Lee said you could.
Yeah,
Well, Dan said you
we've
could.
seen some people. Okay, so we've seen some people that have talked with landowners that offer now camping, but it's very much wild camping. So there's a lot more campsites popping up that are campsites, but they are just a field. So they're a campsite, but they don't have lots of facilities.
So almost authorised wild camping.
Yeah, so you're wild camping, but it's on a campsite, but it isn't a campsite feel.
Yeah,
if that makes sense. So there's a lot of those popping up, and there's lots of websites that you can find that are sort of almost like comparison websites for campsites.
Well, yeah, the demand for campsites, obviously, again, through not being able to go on holiday, the demand for campsites is huge. So landowners, the world over, or the land over, are just opening up their fields to make a couple of pennies and everything else. So, I'm not going to tell you what you can and can't do in terms of wild camping. The other question we missed was Ford Transit custom camper conversion, LED lights and a remote and dimmer. Planning to just cut the wire after the module for a remote and then wire back to electrics. Will that work before I cut the wires? I'm going to say it completely depends on your LED lights. It completely depends on your controllers and your remote. I would suggest do a bench test first before you install the entire system into your camper van. Maybe just rig up a circuit in your workshop, on your floor, in your garage, whatever it may be, just to test the system works before you permanently install it. I think that's
also got to be careful using the vehicle electrics, because they work on is it the CAN bus system, or it's something a slightly different system, so it doesn't always work as a normal 12-volt cable would. So
brilliant. We are getting questions left, right, and centre. This is amazing. Thank you. This is the most questions we've ever had. I think we've not stopped, have we?
No, it's been good, and I think the quality's been there as well, so people can hear the answers this week. Yes. So that's been good.
Thank you very much. Right, do you have a name of the company that is designing a new track system with rock and roll bed? Yes, but I'm not telling you. Watching from Bonnie, Scotland. Sorry, Ewan. The product's not been released yet, and they'll be pretty upset with me if I told you. So be patient. That's all I can say. Gareth Watts, go.
Which way to go with insulation, assuming the van gets condensation, or is there a way to eliminate it?
Well, if you go to playlists on the top of our channel, or on our dashboard of our channel, there is 5 or 6 videos that we've got about sound deadening. So go and hit them up.
Yep. And in terms of condensation, there's a couple of ways you can reduce that. There's some really handy sort of tools and bits of equipment out there to be able to safely keep your doors ajar and the windows ajar. So there's they're like security blocks.
It's ventilation. It's to eliminate condensation. It's ventilation and insulation.
Well, you could do some sort of cool song on that, couldn't you?
Yeah, I can't even say it.
We'll create a poem.
No, I'm not going to keep
teach
saying
people how to do it. So yeah, there's.
I get taken a piss out for the way I say insulation anyway. So
someone did last week, but don't take it. Can't let
that
affect you.
Yeah. Right. Colin Vanful. He's telling us how he removed the torque bolts or the shear bolts from his steering column. He says, I used a Dremel and cut a slot in them. Damn column bolts, he says, and then hit with an impact punch with a flat bit in it. Yeah, another option.
Good shout.
Mackenhoth follows up on his previous comment. I think there's a website called Nearly Wild Camping where you can pay to wild camp. So thank you very much.
There we go.
Ford Transit Custom Camper Conversion says, perfect, thanks. Brilliant. I think we're up to speed again, and we have 10 minutes left. So I can't see on this how many likes we've had on this other option. We are using StreamYard today, so lovely. So if you are from StreamYard, thank you for providing this platform. It's pretty good. I think we might even go to the paid version, because this is the free version so far, and it's working pretty well. I quite like it anyway. It means we can set up and just go live without you seeing us faff around for 10 minutes.
Last week.
Going, oh, is this working?
Arguing, going, oh, it's not live. No, it is live. Oh, they won't see this bit. Oh, they will see it. And then, yeah, we watched it back. We were like, oh, goodness.
So we've had lots of people watching, but not many people hitting that like button. Go and do it, please.
Oh, it's got up to 19.
Oh, so someone listened.
Yes, please go and hit that like button.
Absolutely.
We're giving you all of these answers, and we don't ask anything in return, apart from hitting the like button, because it really helps us out. And if you've not subscribed yet, please do as well. The subscribers are going up nicely. And the reason we're doing these lives, I really enjoy doing these lives and these Q&As. But the reason we're doing them is because we're not putting out like regular content at the moment because we're making it all. So doing these lives is our way of sort of connecting back with everybody again. And just getting some good information out there too.
Yeah.
Before we start hitting you all up, I'd like to continue doing these. It's good. Now we've got the area to do it. It's nice and quiet. The phone's in the other room. The emails are in the other room. It's just us with you guys for an hour dedicated to you. And we really enjoy it. So if you like doing that, if you like seeing these, at least go and hit the like button on this video. But the best thing you can do is subscribe. And what we've just had is Ford Transit custom camper conversion. He says, do you have an affiliate program? We have a Patreon page, actually. So if you would like to support the channel, we don't harp on about it much, but we do have a Patreon page. And we have the links not down below in this one, but if you head over to our coomvalleycampers.co.uk, and they are over there. Or if you go to patreon.com/Coombe Valley Campers, you'll find all our details there. Starting from £1, I think it can be.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it all started, didn't it, when we started creating lots of content creation, and we were just getting absolutely overwhelmed with all the messages. Ooh. And we like to respond back as much as we can. But as we've mentioned before, there's only 3 of us here, and it was just getting a little bit sort of really difficult to handle. So it was like, if you go onto our patrons sort of page, we'll be able to offer you a lot more information on the answer. So that's what that was started for. And yeah, our patrons are great. They've paid for this room.
Yeah. So we've got a sponsor as well. We do have a sponsor for this room, and that's Dodo Mat. You can't quite see it on this video, but basically the ceiling and the walls are all coated with the sound deadening from Dodo Mat. And that was excellent. We will have their sign up behind us once we've got it all wired up and in and working, which is great. But no, we've got this beautiful space. The lights that you can't see right now, they were paid for by Patreon.
Yep.
Our podcast equipment was paid for by Patreon, and it's helping us help you more. So, yes. And I keep looking into the computer. I need to look into the camera, so apologies.
Just keep checking ourselves out on a little screen.
Yeah, absolutely. George Ray, thank you for the love. He's telling everybody, please subscribe if you haven't already. Exactly. If you haven't subscribed, please do. We don't harp on about it in our videos, really. We like to mention it right at the end. But if you find any value from the videos, please go ahead and give us some love back.
Motivate with another
one, he says.
Jumped around. After having my windows installed, the rubber seals have started flopping off. They aren't very thick. If anything, they are somewhat on the thin side. Can you recommend something better?
And that was T6. Motivate's got the T6, right?
Believe so.
Was that the T6 Motivate? I'm going to have to go back up and see his questions again. New window rubbers for the driver. Hang on. Well, camping Motivate, he says. So ceiling behind the front seats?
Yes, he had removed.
So after having my windows installed, the rubber seals. Right. So you've had side windows fitted and the U-channel around that frame. You can get thinner and thicker versions. If you're carpeting it, we remove those rubbers because we think it's a cleaner finish around the edge if you just carpet around those edges rather than using a rubber trim. So there's an option for you.
Oh, I see that they're the internal ones. Yes.
Yes, T6.
So yeah,
middle windows fitted.
You can get
the rubbers are starting to fall off. The other option is if you want to keep those rubbers, take them off slightly, maybe pinch them all the way around so the grip around the window frame is a bit tighter onto the metal.
Yeah, but there's loads of places you can get them from. You can get them on sort of
there's
Amazon.
Thinner and thicker versions.
Yeah, camper van conversion shops,
Camper Glass,
Caravans,
Caravans, all those sorts of people. We recommend them all because there's an option for everybody, which is great. But very soon we shall start stocking stuff like that, won't we?
Let's hope so.
Yeah. Excellent, guys. Thank you so much so far today. What's the timings like? Is 5:30 good? We don't really want to go much past 5:30 because it means we're here till 6:30. But it's no big deal, is it? Not really. We have fun. Answering your questions.
We'll get that T4 built though, so I need to.
Yeah. So Dan's got a timeline, which is great because whenever you've got a timeline, you really get things done. Are we going to explain what we're doing next week? We're painting next week.
Yeah. I mean, It's been interesting because I've been taking lots of videos and filming of my T4 project for the company, and it's really difficult not to start posting on Instagram because it's like, well, I want to sort of put it on there what I'm doing and sort of show the progress of it going along.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be months ahead of the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So I don't want to do any spoilers. So
Yeah.
I think I might have to, by the power and the magic of YouTube, release the pictures on my Instagram when the videos are released.
Yeah. We've got lots
uniform.
of things that are going on right now that we really want to tell you all about. Like, there are so many cool things going on. And we'd love to tell you all the time. However, we've got a time frame. Basically, the actual YouTube itself. Should we just tell them now?
Yep, I'm just doing a little bit of research quickly on the question that's come in.
Oh, okay, fine.
It's this one here, but you tell them what's coming up.
Yes, so the YouTube will officially relaunch. I guess relaunch is the right word. We will start releasing our scheduled programs again in September. After the summer holidays. So everybody the summer holidays start in what, 3-4 weeks? 3 weeks. So go out, go and enjoy your vans. And then once the kids are back to school and there's a bit of normality, we're going to start. Oh,
camera's gone off, but I think they can still hear us.
If you can still hear us, apologies. So yeah, once everything's back to normal-ish after summer, hopefully there'll be no restrictions. We'll get ourselves into a routine. We'll relaunch the channel in the first week back in September. And we have got some wicked stuff to show you. We've not had a proper scheduled program since February, March?
No, it's one of those things with the video sort of management is where we've sort of planned things before. When we started the channel, we were like, right, we've got 10 videos already ready to be released, and we kept up on it. And then when things get busy, it changes a little bit, and then we're down to more or less, and then we're doing them week by week. But now what we're doing is having it completely prepared, so we're going to know exactly what's coming up, what's being released.
We're going to have about at least 4 months worth of videos ready to release in September, and then we'll be working on the next season stuff when you're watching the current stuff. So that's kind of the plan.
Yeah,
there's so many things going on, and we'd love to tell you them all, but at the moment it's too much in our own brains and our own calendars to just tell you. So we want to make sure we've got all the T's crossed and the I's dotted before we release everything to you and tell you everything. But thank you once again for sticking with us. We're coming to the end now. So if you've enjoyed the content, if you've got any value from the content today, make sure to give us a like, subscribe, share the video. The video will be live straight after this.
Yep, we'll be online to rewatch.
Yeah. And they're going very well, actually. So thank you again for supporting.
Going back to Motivate's one, what the rubber thing's called, I've looked them up, and the official name on the website they sold them is U-Profile Window Edge Trim, and that's available in a couple of different thicknesses and
He's there.
different areas. Yeah, I keep looking at the laptop. That's because week 1 we did it down there. So
yeah,
it's like
we're going to have an arrow that says everybody's up there, not down here. Brilliant. Yeah, so channel and the carpeting over the edge was a good tip, but I have these metal clips that we use to hold the panel up around the windows. How do I remove them? No screws. I think they just ping off those metal clips. Give it a go. I think that's about it. Yeah, so cool. We are coming up to 6:28. We have currently 16 people watching. If you have a question about anything, me, Dan, Dan's van, my van, Campers and Coffee, the podcast. The podcast will be starting up in September as well, if not before too. And we've got some wicked guests.
We're very looking forward to
so much going on. I can't even remember what to tell you. So 17 people now. We have been live 58 and a half minutes too. I really just realised the clock's there. I've been watching the comments. I've totally missed the clock.
Do you think I was just really good at guessing the times? Like, that's internal body clock.
Brilliant. No, I've just been watching the clock down the bottom there. Okay, brilliant. Yeah, so you have got a minute and a half. Ask us a question, maybe less than a minute. Give us a question about me, about Dan, about Issy, about Dan's van, about the company, whatever. We are here to answer them. If you've, like we said before, if you've got any value.
Yes, we've just been told we've got 23 likes.
23 likes. Thank you, George. Can we make it up to 30 in the last minute? If you're watching and you're not giving us a thumbs up, give us a go. So we are coming up to the last couple of minutes. So if you don't already follow us, I am Leigh_Vanman on Instagram. Dan is at Daniel. In fact, go and type it in I'm going to type it in now, I think, if I can. Leigh _ Vanman on
Someone said it's
Instagram.
like countdown. Yeah, I mean, we're down to 15 seconds if we're going by the.
All right, no, we can
official
keep going.
time. We'll,
You've got to go a little bit longer because there's a little bit of a delay.
Oh, is
there's a
there?
bit of a delay.
So
Oh, dear.
that's me at Leigh _ Vanman. I've just put a comment down there. Danny's
Daniel 97.
at Daniel 97 _ bar. Is that right? I'm going to say it is.
I don't know.
I think it is because I have to search you. And then Issy
Look
is
at my profile.
at. Are we going to put Isabella's?
Yeah.
Isabella Plant Kitchen, all one word?
Yeah, understood.
Oh, Isabella _ plant _ kitchen.
She's one of those people that post pictures of her food. So if you're into
It's good
that sort of
food,
thing-
good vegan food. So we appreciate. So that's us, and then we're at Coombe _ Valley _ campers on Instagram. We're the
Campers.
same for campers at. Sorry, campers _ and _ coffee, and then we haven't got a Instagram for the podcast, have we? But
No,
we really
we haven't.
appreciate it. Hey, Taz is up. Hey, buddy. He says, good work, bro. Hope you and family are well. Taz Project Armored. Yes, go and follow at Taz Project Armored on Instagram as well. How's it going, Taz? Look what we've done. Taz used to work at Coombe Valley Campus as well. And so the room we're in now, Taz, used to be the office. And now look what's happened. Whenever you're down in the area, come by, buddy. It'd be good to see you. So, yeah, there we are. We are just over an hour now. If anybody's watching, how many likes? We know there's 19 people watching, but we'd like to see how many likes we've got. It just really helps us.
You're going for 30.
24.
Oh, 24.
I think we peaked at 30 last time. I think that's
Okay, let's see if we can get 30 before we go. We need a live update to how many likes. But no, honestly, thank you so much to everybody for watching. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's been wicked.
It's gone down. Someone's unliked it.
Someone's unliked it.
What's going on, people?
I can believe it. I can believe it. We're asking too much. Staying here for an hour later after work is totally worth it because you get to speak to you guys. You get to give us some love. We get to give you some advice. It's really good fun.
And we've got the system down now as well.
We hope so.
Week
Let us
one,
know.
we talk to ourselves. Week 2.
If you're watching this
training.
after the live, if you've got this far, well done. Let us know. Leave the comment. If you've got right to the end, leave a comment in the description called #10225. And if you leave a comment, #10225, I'll send you a sticker.
Oh,
Done.
that's a good one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
You'll have to email us as well with your address because we won't be able to.
Where's the like button on mobile? So #10225. If you comment that and maybe even send us a direct message,
Yeah,
we'll
you
send
need
you
to
a Coombe
send
Valley
us-
Campus
yeah.
sticker.
Send us a direct message or a email so we can then get your details because we don't want you posting your details publicly on YouTube. So yeah, send us a message and we'll get.
And that's
one
the
of those
threshold
settings.
now, 10225.
Yep, brilliant.
Okay, right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Izzy. And thank you, everybody, for commenting.
Izzy's just done the 1 or 2.
And Pete Appleyard, 10225. Everybody's got this far. Leave a comment down below and then direct message us with your address and we'll get a sticker sent out to you. I'm very happy to do that.
Brilliant.
Brilliant. Michael O'Hare, just before we go, hi guys, just caught the end. Just listen to the last 2 lives whilst in a lorry. Cheers, buddy. As long as you're only listening and not watching.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you so much and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. End broadcast.